Bueno, ya yo tengo 4 días aquí.
I've been here for 4 days, and each day it's even more obvious that it will be an insult to speak for 3 minutes in my mother tongue, which is English. Well, I'm here in Spain, in Madrid, which is the country where we have the mother tongue, Spanish, and I apologize, but you have it in English if you like, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try to make my presentation in Spanish, your language, your beautiful language. That is a language, yes. I'd like to say that obviously I am deeply honored and grateful to be the recipient of this award. It's a unique opportunity for all of us to keep on doing what we do, what we know. And I was most surprised, and it is not something that, well, it's unexpected, but some other people had nominated us, and when I was informed about this award, it was fantastic to know that there were other scientists recognizing what we do, because what we do is something that's revolutionary, and there are very negative feedbacks about it in Costa Rica and internationally. But other people were thinking differently, obviously. But at the same time, I must say that this award, that's, well, I just present things, but it's my wife that's do the thinking. And this is a joint work, and I'd like to say that hundreds and hundreds of persons from Costa Rica, one way or another, had taken the ideas we're trying to convey, and they had implemented the ideas that had flourished. And first of all, I'd like to say that the first pillar of this conservation back in the 80s has been the restoration of damaged ecosystems. And for 4 centuries, we've been destroying these ecosystems, mostly, well, by agricultural activities, and it's the European-like style. And it is a result of migrants from Europe, establishing themselves in the New World, and that has destroyed most of our home, which is the forest. And then we decided to start restoring the forest at a moment where many people thought that was impossible, but that was possible. And on the other hand, obviously, this field work should be done by the population living there, not people being trained at the university, people coming from other places. No, we talk about autochthonous people living there, and that gives the empowerment, and it's a different thing. It's not like the rice culture, it is not like orange trees, but that's sort of a culture where we have not a lot of years of experience, but it is possible to develop this. It's just minimizing the footprint and to maximize production without damaging whatsoever. And the third pillar that, well, it's from 2003 on, has been understanding that insects, animals, plants, whatever, there is in the DNA, like a signature. It's part of the DNA, and if we could just get this little bit of the DNA from a sample, from a feather, from whatever meat you had, and then you see that you can immediately, with barcoding, you can know where it stems from, where does it come from? What you had for dinner yesterday was tuna, white tuna, or was another type of fish. And then for us as scientists, that gives us the power of making many more things visible, getting knowledge, and that opens another door. And one day, I have to say it, 5 years, you're going to have something in your pocket that it's like this, little thing, this plastic thing is very inexpensive. And you could take a sample from whatever living organism, and you will take it and you will put it inside, and you will know the species immediately. Imagine 7.5 billion people knowing at a given point in time, wherever they are in Africa, Asia, Brazil, wherever, what they got there in their hand, or the insect, or whatever they want to know. And that's visible, and that would change the relationship with biodiversity. Mankind having a different approach is the capacity of reading biodiversity, and that is what we're trying to do. That's what we're doing now. And finally, I'd like to say that what we're trying to do now in Costa Rica, we are doing this with a concept of transparency. And, well, it's something that a person can do anytime, and the funding, the BBVA Foundation funds will be used to finance, a permanent leadership of what we're doing there in Costa Rica. And that comes from this award, but it is necessary to train people like us, like you there, like all of us, to stimulate and to get the seed that will flourish in the future. And finally, I'd like to say that myself and my wife, Winnie, we would like to thank the foundation. We would like to thank all of you for your support. And in our case, 375,000 species of things, living things, are giving you really thanks.